The Prodigal Son, a Colombian retelling. In a quiet Colombian village surrounded by green mountains and endless coffee fields, there was a hard-working farmer named Don Rafael. He was known throughout the region for his kindness, his dedication, and the pride he took in this land. His hacienda was one of the oldest in the valley, and every morning the smell of freshly roasted coffee was floating in the air. Don Rafael had two sons. Mateo, the older one, was calm and responsible, and Lucas, who was always dreaming of adventure and excitement beyond the familiar hills. While Mateo was helping his father with the harvest and the animals, Lucas was thinking about the world outside the village. He felt as if life was passing too slowly. He believed he was meant for something bigger. Although he did not know exactly what is one, on morning after a long night of thinking, Lucas finally approached his father and said, Father, Father, I want my inheritance now. I don't want to wait any longer. Don Rafael was surprised and even a little hurt. His heart was beating heavily because he had hoped Lucas would learn to love the land as much as he did. Still, he divided his property and gave Lucas what he asked for the next day. Lucas packed his clothes, hugged his brother quickly, and left the village. His father and brother were standing by the gate, watching his despair down the dusty road. At first, Lucas was enjoying his freedom. He traveled from to to dawn, dancing and feast at in restaurants and spent money without thinking. Everything was exciting, and he'll feel that he was finally living the life he had imagined. But while he was celebrating, his savings were getting smaller and smaller. Lucas didn't notice how quickly his inheritance was disappearing, and soon he was left with nothing but a few coins. As time passed, the situation became harder. Lucas looked for work in the city, but nobody heard him. He was sleeping in parks, under bridges, and in abandoned markets. One day, after hours of searching, he finally found a hub feeding pigs on a small farm outside town. The conditions were terrible. He was working long hours for very little pay, and he was starving most of the time. Sometimes he was wishing he could eat the pig's food. One rainy evening, while he was sitting in the mud, shivering and thinking about this choice, he finally realized how far he had fallen. Tears were running down his face, as he whispered, I was foolish. My father working are treated better than this. I will go home. Maybe he will let me work as a servant. The next working, Lucas started his long journey back to the village. The road was steep and his feet were hurting, but he kept walking, imagining what the world said to this father while he was approaching the familiar path that led to the hacienda. Someone, the distance, was watching him. Don Rafael was standing near the entrance of the property, as he often did, looking at the horizon with hope. When he saw a thin-tired figure walking toward him, he recognized his son immediately. Without thinking, he ran down the road. Lucas was trying to speak, but his father hugged him tightly and was crying with joy. Father, Lucas sighed, I was wrong. I don't receive, I don't deserve to be your son. But Don Rafael was already calling the servants, preparate a feast. My son was lost, but now he is found. Meanwhile, Mateo was working in the coffee field when he heard the music and louder coming from the house. We was confused, so he returned to the hacienda and saw the celebration. When he learned that Lucas had come back, he felt an rise in his chest. I have worked here every day. I was loyal. We our way celebration. Someone would abandon us. He asked his father. Don Rafael put a hand on his shoulder and said, Mateo, everything I have has always been yours. You were with my truck every harvest, every storm. But today we must celebrate because your brother was lost and now he is home. That night, the family was gathered around the long wooden table. The smell of arepas, buñuelos, and roasted coffee was filling the house. Traditional Colombian music was playing from an old radio, and lanterns were shining, whirling on the walls. Look and feel overwhelmed with gratitude. He can know he was having a second chance. As the stars were appearing above the valley, Lucas simply promised that from that moment on he was going to respect his family, his culture, and the land that was waiting for him all along. And so the prodigal son was restored not only to his home but to the heart of Colombia, a place where forgiveness was alive and where love was stronger than mistakes.